Okay, so now after playing Arena Breakout for, almost a week now, I wanted to make a little review of the game, and I'm gonna keep it pretty simple. So right off the bat, I'm gonna just say it is a dumbed down version of Tarkov. Like, I've been playing a lot of Tarkov, and then going over to this, it's a lot easier, simpler, user-friendly version of Tarkov. It's easier to navigate what you're supposed to do on the map. You can see your teammates. You can't accidentally shoot your own teammates. You can queue with random people who can then also help you. You can do that in Tarkov, but they're not going to fucking help you. Um, you can see where your extractions are on the map. Everything is easier to navigate. Also, one thing that makes catching cheaters easier is they have a fucking kill cam. The kill cam's great. Later in the video, though, I will show you that there's a small problem. I don't know if the kill cam has a weird delay and shows things off, or if there is just a straight up latency issue. Because there's been some weird moments we've had watching kill cams where like, what the fuck? But the game is fun. I would say I like Tarkov more than Arena Breakout so far. There's a few small reasons. But playing it, I've had fun with my friends. And let's say I had a friend that I wanted to get into Tarkov. One, Arena Breakout being free and easier to learn the ropes of like an extraction game, and it's still having a little more hardcore elements where you can like get one tapped in the head or the chest if somebody has good ammo. You could start your friend or group whatever playing this game to learn basically how to play Tarkov without too much punishment. You load into your first Tarkov game, you don't know where the extractions are, it doesn't show you. You're constantly fighting, like, shooting your own teammates. So, is this you? Is this you running? Who is this? Who's it? Like, that whole learning process is huge. In Arena Breakout, you can see each other's name tags. You can't even accidentally shoot each other if you want to. It's a lot easier to build weapons and go in with good loot. You start off with a good amount of money, and there's all these like daily challenges that give you a shit ton of money and random gear and stuff. Tarkov has that too, but it's just a lot easier to get free shit on Arena Breakout. It almost seems like they're trying to push for more PvP the way they just hand out gear and stuff. But my one complaint on why I think this game's not as fun as Tarkov is the fact that there's not that much PvP, to be honest. I will go to the hot zones, and a lot of people avoid you if they hear gunshots. In Tarkov, when people hear gunshots, a lot of people start making their way to it, and I don't know if it's a confidence thing. Like, I don't know if people in Arena aren't confident enough yet to push and do stuff like that because the game's brand new. I don't know if that'll change. I don't know if they need to make it so more teams spawn in on like farmhouse and stuff like that. So I do feel like you run into one or two groups and then that's it. That's it. Like, you don't run into anybody else. In Tarkov, like, if you go to like the hot areas in Arena, they actually show what the hot areas are. But in Tarkov, you just know. So, like, let's say customs, you go to like the fortress and crack house and stuff like that. You're gonna run into multiple groups of people. You're gonna hear shooting the entire time on your way there. Like, you might not run physically into groups, but you're gonna hear a group shooting over here and a group shooting over here. And there's gonna be people fighting in the fortress, and there's gonna be people hiding in crack house. Like, you know that. You could go to dorms, and you know there's gonna be assholes hiding in bushes, and there's gonna be fucking shitheads hiding inside the rooms, camping the bathrooms, right? Like, if you go to these spots, you're gonna get PvP. In Arena, I go to some of these spots, I'll hear one group shooting, and if they hear you shoot the scabs on your way there, a lot of times they just dip. They run. It's like they do not want to engage. And I don't know if that's because it is a more casual play style and fan base, so people aren't exactly just looking for PvP. There's people like that in Tarkov. There's people that just run. There's people that just camp. And I would say it's easier to camp in Tarkov. That's one thing I like about Arena Breakout so far is it's a lot easier to see people. You move pretty fast, so sometimes, especially if they aren't laser beams, when you're flying around, they'll shoot at you and miss or kind of just hit you. And the healing system's easier. You just fucking click the, V or whatever the button is, and you fucking just heal up all your body parts. Like, there's not like this whole, like, you gotta prioritize shit. It's just so much simpler. But I will say, because of it being simpler, it's not as rewarding when I kill people. Like, when I do run into people and I shoot them, it's just not as rewarding. So I feel like my main complaint with the game is the lack of PvP. Like, I feel like if you're gonna make a easier, more just casual Tarkov like Arena Breakout is so far, I feel like there should be a lot more engagements, especially with the incredibly fast load-in times. Like, in Tarkov, it can be very annoying. You could fucking load in for 10 minutes to die off the rip. Like, you can run out of spawn and lose an engagement right away, and then you gotta spend another 10-15 minutes trying to get into another match. This, you click go and you're in a match right away, which is fucking lovely. But then you can run around for 20 minutes and not see anyone, so then there's a lot of downtime as well. Of course, that can happen in Tarkov, but I feel like in Tarkov, if you push the PvP, you're gonna get PvP. Whereas in this, there's been many games where I push the PvP and people are not trying to engage, which can just be very boring. At least to me. You could call me out, call it COD brain, be like, you're fucking dumb, whatever. But my other complaint, like I'm gonna show on the screen, is there have been some weird latency issues. Like all games, there's gonna be latency issues. You cannot get away from that. That's gonna happen. You're gonna have connection issues. There's gonna be people playing from all over the world. Some people are just gonna have better ping and stuff. But you really get to see it in the kill cams, like I mentioned earlier. So, and it seems to be happening quite a bit. So if this is like common theme, like every time I watch a kill cam, I'm like, I wasn't standing there, I was behind the wall and getting backtracked, shit like that, you might be like, I don't really want to play this game. But then it also makes me think, how often is this happening in Tarkov, but you can't see it because there's no kill cam? Maybe that's why they won't add a kill cam. Maybe they don't want you to see the latency problems and stuff. That's actually a thought process with why X Defiant won't add a kill cam, because their backtracking and shit issues are so bad that people believe that they don't want to add an ability to see the fucking problem firsthand, But overall, like, there isn't much to say about this game. It's literally just Tarkov that feels a little differently. You have faster loading times. I'd say that's the better thing. I'd say it's better if you're trying to learn how to play a game like Tarkov. It's the free version of the game is pretty fucking good. So I'd 100% recommend it. I wouldn't be like, no, don't get this game. I like it. I think it's a good game. You should get it if you're trying to, squad up with friends, play it. If you're trying to figure out if you want to get Tarkov and be a try hard at that, you try this game first. I think it's a good route to take. But I wouldn't say this is gonna like kill Tarkov. I know that was kind of like the rhetoric around it, was that it's gonna, kill Tarkov, that it's gonna be better than Tarkov. I don't think it is. Just the way it feels, and like I said, the amount of PvP you get, I don't think a lot of people will stray from Tarkov to play this. Could be wrong, and it's also brand new. They could change a lot of things and make it way better, way more exciting. So we'll see. But that's it. It's just a quick review, and all I have to say is, yeah, it's a good game. Get it, play it. But I don't think it's better than Tarkov.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.